Hello, it's Christmas Eve 2020, and if you're watching this back in 2021 because YouTube has suggested it as a recommended viewing, then I hope you're wondering what all the fuss is about. But if you're watching it today, as I hope you are, then I want to say, in the light of recent announcements about the spread of the coronavirus and the new variant that seems to be circulating, particularly in the east and southeast of England, that according to government guidelines and church instructions, we continue to be open for public worship. That's a recognition that worship isn't an optional extra. It's not something nice that we do for a bit of fun on a Sunday morning. It's at the heart of our life. It teaches us to be thankful, to be sorry, to be grateful and full of praise for what God does for us. And at Christmas in particular, it's a chance to remember that God became vulnerable to illness and disease, just like any of the rest of us. However, we must also recognise that worship can be done anywhere. We don't have to gather in church for it, although when we do gather, it says something important about us as the collective body of Christ. And so this Christmas, I want to offer the invitation to you to think how you would like to worship today, tonight, tomorrow morning, and for the rest of our time during lockdown and social restriction. You don't have to come to church this Christmas if you feel that the risk to you is too great. However, we are open and do encourage you, if you feel able to join us. And of course, we are live here on Facebook and YouTube for you to connect with us online as well. So I will leave that decision to you. But don't feel bad about not coming. Having weighed up the risks and knowing that you can join in prayer and worship, you can make your spiritual communion at home, knowing that prayers are offered on your behalf and on behalf of the whole benefice of Haverhill and Withersfield, here at 11:30 tonight, at 9:30 tomorrow morning, and at Withersfield at 11:15. If you are coming, please remember to follow the government guidelines on social distancing, keeping at least 2 meters apart at all times, even if you're wearing a face covering, which you must do unless you have a good reason not to. That might be because you're taking part in leading the worship. It might be because somebody has asked you to remove your mask to read your lips. It might be because you have a health condition that prevents you from wearing a mask. But if you do that, if you're not wearing a mask, please keep your distance from other people. It helps to keep them safe, it helps to keep you safe. It helps to protect the most vulnerable and ensure that we can continue to meet for worship. It has been shown that we can gather for worship safely. So let's keep working hard at this so that we can continue to worship in a way that allows us to connect most easily with God and allows us to see where God is at work in this wonderful creation of His, a creation made through Jesus Christ, who came as part of it in human flesh, born in the stable at Bethlehem. May you have a holy Advent, what's left of it, a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.